Okay, so you're prepping for a digital literacy teacher interview.
That's fantastic.
It means you're passionate about tech A&D education.
A powerful combination.
We've got a stack of RoleCatcher resources to help you nail this interview.
We're going to cover common interview questions
Give you some expert advice on how to approach them.
and even sprinkle in how RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor your answers to specific digital literacy teaching roles.
Exactly. Think of this deep dive as a crash course,
And not just answering questions.
but really understanding what interviewers are looking for.
Let's jump right in.
Imagine you're in the interview
And the interviewer leans forward.
and asks, what experience do you have teaching digital literacy?
Seems straightforward.
But
There's a strategic way to answer this.
you're absolutely right.
It's not about listing every tech class you've ever taught.
Okay.
It's about highlighting experiences that directly showcase your ability to teach those core digital literacy concepts.
So instead of saying,
I taught a basic computer skills class, you'd want to paint a more vivid picture.
exactly.
Think about times you've empowered students to use technology effectively, responsibly, creatively.
Well, like,
Maybe you had a project where students created videos about their community using different digital storytelling tools.
interesting.
That demonstrates research skills, multimedia skills, and communication skills all rolled into one.
That's a much stronger example. Now, what about follow-up questions?
Yeah.
What else might the interviewer want to dig deeper into? You know what I mean?
They might ask about challenges you faced while teaching digital literacy
Uh-huh.
and how you overcame them.
I see.
This is your chance to highlight your problem-solving skills and adaptability.
Gotcha.
Or they could ask about your experience working with students with diverse learning styles,
Okay.
giving you an opportunity to discuss differentiated instruction.
So have those specific examples ready.
It's all about showing, not just telling.
Right.
No.
Let's move on to another common question. How do you engage students in learning digital literacy?
Ooh, I like this one.
This is where your passion for both teaching and technology really gets to shine.
It's all about making those digital literacy concepts come to life.
So how do we do that?
RoleCatcher's Guide emphasizes hands-on projects and using cool new apps.
But there are so many other creative strategies that can really impress interviewers, right?
You're right.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Well, one strategy that always stands out is gamification.
Gamification.
Incorporating game-based learning into your lessons makes them more interactive and fun.
Okay, but how does that actually work in a digital literacy classroom? Help me understand.
Let's say you're teaching students about online research and evaluating sources.
Okay.
You could create a digital escape room where students have to solve puzzles by finding credible information online and avoiding those misinformation traps.
Uh-huh.
It turns a potentially dry topic into an engaging challenge.
That's a fantastic idea. The RoleCatcher guides also mention adapting to different learning styles. How would you bring that to life in a digital literacy classroom?
Well, let's say you're teaching students how to create presentations.
Okay.
Some students might love building a traditional slide deck,
Yeah.
while others might excel using video editing software,
Interesting.
or even creating interactive web pages.
Oh, I see.
Offering those choices, allowing students to play to their strength, can make a huge difference.
It's all about personalizing the learning experience, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of keeping things fresh,
Yes.
the interviewer might ask, how do you stay current with new digital tools and technologies?
Definitely.
It's a fast-paced field,
For sure.
so they want to know you're on top of it.
It's not enough to just say, I read tech blogs. Interviewers want to see that you're actively engaged in professional development,
Okay.
attending conferences,
Huh.
participating in workshops, pursuing certification.
I see.
Those are the things that show you're dedicated to staying current.
Imagine the interviewer is impressed because you mentioned a resource they haven't even heard of. RoleCatcher actually links to a ton of these resources directly within its guides.
That's right.
Now, let's talk about a topic that's super important.
Yes,
Digital citizenship.
absolutely.
It's about being a responsible online citizen,
You got it.
and it's a huge part of digital literacy.
It's a must-teach.
The interviewer might ask something like, how do you weave digital citizenship into your teaching?
Absolutely.
Be ready to discuss those essential topics like online safety,
Yes.
privacy, cyberbullying, media literacy,
Right?
and even copyright.
It's all crucial.
Those
data.
are all essential.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, sometimes these topics can sound a bit dry.
Yeah, right.
So how do you make them engaging for students?
Lectures are out.
Okay.
Think interactive scenarios or simulations.
Huh?
For example, present a scenario where a student receives a suspicious email. and guide them through the process of figuring out if it's legitimate or a scam.
That's a great way to make it relevant to their lives.
Exactly.
What are some other creative approaches? I'm just curious.
Have them create public service announcements about responsible social media use.
Okay.
Or analyze news articles to identify a potential bias or misinformation. Get them thinking critically about their online lives.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Now, let's tackle assessment.
Right.
It's one thing to teach,
Right.
but how do you know your students are actually learning?
Good question.
If the interviewer asks,
Yeah.
how do you assess student learning in digital literacy?
Uh-huh.
You want to showcase your go-to methods.
And it's about going beyond just those standard multiple-choice quizzes.
Okay.
Think project-based assessments where students apply their digital skills to create something meaningful.
Give us some concrete examples. What kind of projects are we talking about?
Imagine having students design websites,
Okay.
create videos, or even code simple games. These types of projects allow them to demonstrate their understanding in a hands-on, engaging way.
I like it.
They get to show off their creativity and problem-solving skills,
Ah.
and they walk away with something they can be proud of.
Speaking of problem solving,
Yeah.
digital literacy isn't just a standalone subject, right?
Right.
It should be woven throughout the curriculum.
Absolutely.
How would you answer this question? How would you collaborate with other teachers to integrate digital literacy across the curriculum?
It's all about being a resource for the entire school.
I see.
Start by building relationships with teachers from different departments. Learn about their curriculum goals and brainstorm ways to integrate digital tools and resources into their existing lessons.
So you become a collaborative partner,
Mm.
helping them leverage technology to enhance their teaching?
Exactly.
And how would you do that?
You could even offer professional development workshops on specific tools or co-teach lessons that incorporate digital literacy skills alongside the subject matter content.
Okay.
You're empowering other teachers, which ultimately benefits the students.
That's a fantastic approach.
Thanks.
Now let's switch gears and talk about digital equity.
Okay.
It's about ensuring all L students have access to technology and the skills to use it effectively.
That's crucial.
This is a topic that's close to my heart,
Mine too.
and I know it's important to interviewers as well.
The interviewer might ask, how do you address issues of digital equity in your classroom?
Okay.
You'll want to be prepared with practical strategies.
So what are some of those strategies? Where do we even begin?
Start by advocating for increased access to technology for students who lack it at home.
Okay.
Work with the administration to provide laptops or tablets,
Uh-huh.
or explore partnerships with local organizations that offer free computer access.
Got it.
In the classroom, be mindful of assignments that require tech outside of school hours and offer alternative options for those who may not have consistent access.
I see.
It's about creating a level playing field.
Those are all fantastic points.
Well-
Finally, let's address the question of impact.
Okay.
It's great to have all these amazing ideas.
Right.
But how do you demonstrate the real impact of your teaching? What happens when the interviewer says, how do you measure the impact of your digital literacy instruction?
This is where data comes into play.
Okay.
You need to be able to show them, not just tell them, that your teaching is making a difference.
So how do we do that? What kind of data are we talking about? Give me some examples.
You can track student progress on digital literacy assessments over time.
Okay.
Look at how their skills improve from the beginning to the end of a course or school year. Gather feedback from students about their learning experiences and confidence levels with technology.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI could be really helpful, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just about finding a job. It's about excelling in that job.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your answers to these types of questions,
Okay.
providing feedback and suggestions tailored to specific job roles. It's like having a personal interview coach who knows exactly what employers are looking for in a digital literacy teacher.
And don't forget the power of practice. RoleCatcher even has a video practice feature with AI feedback.
Oh, I love that.
You can record yourself answering these common questions
Okay.
and get specific pointers on your delivery, content,
Yeah.
and overall performance. It's like having a mock interview in your pocket.
Practice makes perfect.
Right.
Or at least it helps you feel more confident and prepared when you walk into that interview room.
Exactly.
It allows you to identify areas where you might need to clarify your answers or provide more specific examples.
So it's
It's like having a virtual sounding board that can give you honest feedback and help you refine your answers.
So you've practiced your answer.
Yeah.
You're feeling confident.
Right.
But then the interviewer throws you a curveball.
Oh.
They ask, describe a time when you had to adapt your digital literacy lesson plan to meet the needs of a specific student.
Okay.
What's the best way to handle a question like that?
It's all about showcasing your flexibility
Okay.
and your commitment to differentiated instruction.
Got it.
Share a specific anecdote that demonstrates your understanding of individual learning styles and challenges.
So instead of just saying,
Yeah.
I'm adaptable,
Right.
give them a real-life example.
Exactly. You could describe a situation where you had a student who struggled with reading online text.
Okay, yeah.
Then explain how you use text-to-speech software or provided simplified versions of the material to make sure that student could access the information.
It shows you're going the extra mile to support every student's needs. Now, what if the interviewer wants to see how forward-thinking you are?
Interesting.
They might ask,
Yeah.
what emerging technology are you most excited about?
Ooh.
And how could you integrate it into your teaching?
This is your chance to demonstrate your passion for the field and your willingness to stay ahead of the curve.
I like it.
Think about technologies like virtual reality,
Yeah.
augmented reality,
Huh?
artificial intelligence, or even something like blockchain technology.
But don't just name drop the tech, right?
Right.
You need to show how you'd actually use it to enhance learning.
Absolutely.
How would you do that?
For example, you could talk about how virtual reality could transport students to historical events or let them explore the human body from the inside out.
Or how augmented reality could overlay digital information onto real-world objects.
Yes.
Making field trips or science experiments even more interactive.
Those are great examples. The key is to demonstrate that you're not only aware of these emerging technologies,
Right.
but also thinking critically about their potential in education.
It's about showing that you're a lifelong learner, always looking for ways to innovate.
Right.
Now let's talk about a more technical aspect.
All right.
The interviewer might ask about your experience with specific software or hardware relevant to digital literacy.
Sure.
This is where those tech skills come into play.
They might ask about your proficiency with video editing software,
Okay.
graphic design tools, coding languages, or even something like 3D printing.
It's a chance to show off your toolbox, so to speak.
Exactly. Be honest about your experience levels and highlight any certifications or training you have.
And if they ask about a program you haven't used,
Yeah.
don't panic.
Right. Just say, I haven't used that particular software yet, but I'm a fast learner and excited to expand my skill set.
I see.
Show them you're adaptable and open to new challenges.
Now remember, an interview is a two-way street.
Okay.
It's not just about answering questions,
Right.
but also about asking insightful ones.
Absolutely.
This demonstrates your engagement and genuine interest in the role and the school.
Avoid just asking about salary or benefits. Think about questions that show you've done your research and are genuinely curious.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Then
I'm curious.
You could ask about the school's vision for digital literacy integration or inquire about professional development opportunities for teachers.
Or even ask about the tech resources available to students and teachers, or the school's initiatives to promote digital equity.
Yeah.
These questions show you're thinking about the bigger picture.
They demonstrate you're not just looking for a job,
Uh-huh.
but a place where you can make a real impact.
Now, let's circle back to RoleCatcher
Okay.
and how its AI can help you throughout this process. Remember, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your resume and cover letter, providing feedback and helping you tailor them to the specific requirements of each job.
And don't forget the interview practice feature.
Right.
You can record yourself answering common questions and receive AI-generated feedback on your delivery, content, and overall performance.
It's like having a personalized coach who can help you identify areas for improvement and refine your answers.
And because RoleCatcher's AI is specifically trained on data from digital literacy teaching roles,
Right.
you're getting tailored advice that's relevant to the specific skills and experiences employers are looking for.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of digital literacy teacher interviews,
Yeah.
let's emphasize a few key takeaways.
First and foremost, do your research.
Yeah.
Understand the school's culture, values, and approach to technology.
Second,
Yes.
showcase your passion.
Yeah.
Let them see your enthusiasm for teaching, technology,
Right.
and the power of combining those two.
And third, be prepared to share specific anecdotes and examples.
Okay.
Don't just tell them you're good at something, show them.
And of course, practice, practice, practice.
Yes.
Use those AI-powered tools to refine your answers, build your confidence,
Right.
and rock that interview.
Now, as you continue your preparation, think about this. How do you think the role of a digital literacy teacher will evolve in the next few years?
That's a great question. As technology keeps advancing at this incredible pace,
Yeah.
what new skills and knowledge will educators in this field need?
Will we see a greater focus on teaching students about the ethical implications of AI, data privacy,
Right.
or cybersecurity?
Maybe the focus will shift toward fostering creativity and innovation in a world that's becoming increasingly automated.
These are all fascinating questions to consider. The key takeaway is that digital literacy education is dynamic.
It's constantly evolving.
For sure.
So be prepared to embrace lifelong learning and adapt to the ever-changing landscape of technology.
And remember, resources like RoleCatcher can be invaluable in providing guidance and support throughout your career journey.
Yes. Let's dive into some additional tips and insights from the RoleCatcher Guide to help you prepare for those trickier interview questions.
One of the things I found interesting in the RoleCatcher module overview was the emphasis on digital fluency versus just digital literacy.
Oh, interesting.
Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Absolutely. Digital literacy is often seen as the basic ability to use technology.
Okay.
But digital fluency goes deeper.
Yeah.
It's about using technology creatively and critically, being able to adapt to new tools and platforms, and even using technology to solve problems and create new things.
So it's not just about knowing how to use a specific app. It's about understanding the underlying concepts and being able to transfer those skills to new situations.
Exactly.
And that's a key skill that employers are looking for in digital literacy teachers.
Right.
They want someone who can not only teach students how to use today's tech, but also prepare them for whatever comes next.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about another topic that was highlighted in the RoleCatcher materials: the importance of promoting diversity and inclusion in digital spaces.
This is so crucial.
We need to ensure that everyone has equal opportunities to access and benefit from technology, regardless of their background, ethnicity, gender, or ability.
But how does that translate to the classroom? How can a digital literacy teacher actually promote diversity and inclusion?
There are many practical strategies you can implement.
Like what?
For example, make sure the resources you use in your lessons represent diverse perspectives and experiences. Use assistive technologies to support students with disabilities.
Okay.
Encourage girls and students from underrepresented groups to pursue STEM fields.
It's about creating a learning environment where all students feel valued and respected and where everyone has the opportunity to succeed.
Exactly.
And it's also about being aware of your own biases and assumptions and making sure you're not perpetuating stereotypes or excluding certain groups of students.
Those are great points. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that can be a bit daunting for some teachers: data privacy and security.
It's a big responsibility.
As a digital literacy teacher, you're not only teaching students how to use technology safely and responsibly, but also ensuring that their data is protected.
So what are some key considerations when it comes to data privacy and security in the classroom?
First and foremost, familiarize yourself with your school's policies and procedures.
Okay.
Make sure you understand the laws and regulations related to student data privacy. Be transparent with students and parents about how their data is being used and protected.
And of course, teach those digital citizenship skills we talked about earlier, like creating strong passwords, being cautious about sharing personal information online, and recognizing phishing attempts.
It's about equipping students with the knowledge and skills they need to navigate the digital world safely and responsibly.
Right.
Now, let's talk about another challenge that many digital literacy teachers face: staying within budget. Technology can be expensive, and schools often have limited resources.
It's a common hurdle, but there are ways to be resourceful.
Like what?
Explore free or low-cost educational software and apps.
Okay.
Look for grant opportunities to fund special projects or equipment. Get creative with using existing resources in new ways.
And don't be afraid to advocate for the resources you need.
Exactly.
Make a strong case to your administration about the importance of digital literacy and the impact it can have on student learning.
Yeah. Let's talk about a topic that's often overlooked: self-care.
Oh, that's so important.
Being a teacher, especially in a field as fast-paced as digital literacy, can be demanding.
Yes.
It's important to prioritize your own well-being.
So how do we do that?
Make sure you're taking breaks,
Okay.
getting enough sleep, and engaging in activities that help you recharge.
And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Right.
Connect with other educators, join professional organizations, and seek out mentors who can provide support and guidance.
Now let's get back to some more specific interview questions.
Okay.
Imagine the interviewer asks, what's your philosophy of teaching digital literacy?
Okay.
How would you approach that one?
This is a great opportunity to share your vision and your passion.
Think about what you believe is most important when it comes to teaching students about technology.
So it's about going beyond just the technical skills.
Absolutely.
I see.
It's about helping students become informed, responsible, and empowered digital citizens.
I like that.
It's about preparing them for a future that's increasingly shaped by technology.
That's a powerful message.
Thanks.
Now, let's say the interviewer throws this one at you. Describe a time when you failed or made a mistake while teaching digital literacy.
Oh.
What did you learn from that experience?
This is a classic behavioral interview question.
Okay.
They want to see how you handle setbacks, how you learn from your mistakes,
Right.
and how you grow as a professional.
So be honest.
Right.
Don't try to pretend you're perfect.
Exactly.
Choose a specific example.
Yeah.
Describe what happened.
Uh-huh.
And most importantly,
Okay.
explain what you learned from the experience.
Show them that you're willing to reflect,
Yeah.
to learn, and to improve.
Right.
It's about demonstrating that you have a growth mindset.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about another common interview question.
Okay.
What are your strengths and weaknesses as a digital literacy teacher?
This one can be a bit tricky.
I know what you mean.
You want to be honest about your weaknesses without disqualifying yourself. So how do you strike that balance?
When discussing your strengths,
Yeah.
be specific.
Okay.
Provide examples to back up your claims.
Got it.
And when discussing your weaknesses,
Right.
choose something you're actively working on improving.
Yeah.
Don't just say, I'm a perfectionist.
Right.
Instead, say, I'm sometimes too focused on getting things perfect, which can slow me down.
Yeah.
But I'm working on learning to prioritize tasks and delegate responsibilities.
That shows self-awareness and a commitment to growth.
Exactly.
And it also demonstrates that you're willing to take feedback and make changes.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
let's tackle one more question
Okay.
before we wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Imagine the interviewer asks,
Yeah.
why do you want to be a digital literacy teacher?
This is your chance to really let your passion shine through.
It's about sharing your why.
Exactly.
Talk about what drew you to this field.
Okay.
Share your vision for how digital literacy can empower students and prepare them for the future.
Let them see your enthusiasm, your dedication, and your belief in the power of technology to transform lives.
Yeah.
It's about connecting with them on an emotional level and letting them see how much you care about this work.
And remember, authenticity is key.
Yeah.
Be yourself, let your personality shine through, and don't be afraid to share your enthusiasm for digital literacy.
Those are all fantastic insights.
Thanks.
Now, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of digital literacy teacher interviews,
Yeah.
I want to emphasize the importance of preparation.
It's essential.
The more prepared you are,
Right.
the more confident you'll feel,
Absolutely.
and the better you'll perform.
Use the resources we've discussed.
Yeah.
Practice your answers.
Yeah.
And most importantly, believe in yourself and your ability to make a positive impact.
And remember,
Yeah.
the interview process is a two-way street.
It's an opportunity for you to learn more about the school and the position and to determine if it's a good fit for you.
Ask thoughtful questions.
Uh-huh.
Be yourself. And let your passion shine through.
No.
Fine.
Before we sign off,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
Good.
As you embark on this career journey, remember that the field of digital literacy is constantly evolving.
It's a dynamic and exciting field,
For sure.
but it also means that lifelong learning is essential.
Stay curious, embrace new technologies,
Yeah.
and never stop seeking out opportunities for professional growth.
And remember,
Yes.
resources like RoleCatcher are here to support you every step of the way.
So best of luck in your interviews, and welcome to the exciting world of digital literacy education.
That's it for this deep dive. We hope you found these insights helpful as you prepare for your digital literacy teacher interview.
Good luck.
Remember, you've got this.